Hello everyone, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap, in which we are going to cover the top 50 MCQs from the month of July 2023, and this is the part 3 of this series for the month of July 2023, in which we will be covering the top 50 MCQs from the general awareness which are relevant for all the aspirants who are preparing for RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A as well as the SEBI Grade A exam. So my dear friends, when I talk about today's session, it is basically a revision session of what we have covered in the previous 1 week in our fast track sessions. Okay, so the best way to revise everything is by solving the MCQs based on that information. So we will be beginning this particular session, but before that, there is a very important announcement for all of you that we at EduTap are providing you the comprehensive guidebooks for the aspirants of RBI Grade B, NABARD Grade A as well as the SEBI Grade A exam. When I talk about these guidebooks gives you the definitive answers to all your queries that pops up in your mind as an aspirant. It can be regarding the exam, it can be regarding the body in which you are targeting to enter, and it can be regarding the preparation. For example, when I talk about the Reserve Bank of India, so what is the developmental role that RBI plays in Indian economy? When I talk about the exam, so what is the eligibility criteria? What is the detailed syllabus? What are the previous year questions? What are the previous year cutoffs? And when I talk about the preparation, so what are the sources that you should focus on in order to clear this exam? All such kind of details have been given in these guidebooks. So what are you waiting for? Kindly download these guidebooks from the link given in the description of this particular session. Now guys, let's move back to the session. And today, as I told you that we will be covering the top 50 MCQs. So you have to tell me your scores as well after the end of the session. So all of you have to really analyze that what exactly your weak areas are, and you have to turn them into your strong areas, and how this will be done by doing the analysis of this particular session. Okay, so let's begin the session with the very first question on the screen. Starting the session with a very easy question here on the award, that is the Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor, which has been recently conferred to our Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. So guys, you have to tell me the name of the country which has given him this particular highest honor, that is the Grand Cross of the Legion of Honor, and the right answer here is option D, that is France. Okay, so Prime Minister has been conferred with the highest honor by the French President Emmanuel Macron. So you can see the image as well. Now guys, let me tell you that this particular award has been already given to various other personalities like Nelson Mandela, King Charles, as well as the Angela Merkel, who was earlier the Chancellor of Germany. Now guys, you have to tell me the name of the country which has recently conferred Indian President its highest civilian honor, that is the Grand Order of the Chain of Yellow Star. That is the Grand Order of the Chain of Yellow Star. And what is the name of that country? The name of that country is Suriname. So that's how you guys have to basically remember all the related news articles as well on which the question can be asked in the exam, as the question on the Suriname was being asked in the RBI Grade B officer phase 1 exam which has happened recently. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, you have to tell me about the name of the country to which the power will be supplied as a part of the MOU which has been signed. See guys, recently Adani Group has announced the commissioning of India's first transnational project in Jharkhand, under which it will be supplying power to one of these nations' electricity grid, and you have to identify the name of that country. The name of that particular country is option C, that is Bangladesh. So Bangladesh is the right answer. Okay, so guys, when I talk about the Bangladesh along with the United States basically conducts an exercise which is Tiger Shark. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of the organization which is going to support the Indian government's recently approved National Green Hydrogen Mission. So we all know that we are in a transition towards the sustainable energy, and that's why guys, this particular program has been launched. And when I talk about under this National Green Hydrogen Mission, तो यहाँ पर इसके लिए लोन अग्रीमेंट ये देने वाले हैं, ये पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट आपके सामने मेंशन्ड है. यू हैव टू टेल मी द नेम ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच इज गोइंग टू गिव दैट पर्टिकुलर अमाउंट. व्हाट इज इट? It is option A, that is European Investment Pact. So guys, now when I talk about the National Green Hydrogen Mission in a little bit more detailed manner, so this mission was being launched by the Government of India in 2023, and the nodal ministry for this scheme is the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. Okay, and what is the target? The target is basically making India a global hub in producing the green hydrogen. And apart from that, we also want to become that hub which is also going to export this produced hydrogen in our country. So guys, when I talk about the outlay for this particular scheme, the outlay for this particular scheme is 19,744 crore rupees. Okay. Now when I talk about the approach that Government of India has taken in order to execute this mission, so basically they have adopted a phased approach. So here guys, when I talk about the phase 1, the phase 1 approach tenure was from 2022-2023 to 2025 to 26. When I talk about the phase 2, it is from 2026-27 to 2029-2030. Okay. So this is a very important thing that you have to remember from this particular scheme as well. Now guys, let's move on to the next question. So here you have to tell me the name of the bank which has recently partnered with Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation Limited, that is Amul. So guys, under this particular partnership, what exactly this bank is going to do? This bank will be offering the financial services to Federation's supply network pan India under the Mudra Scheme. तो मुद्रा स्कीम के अंडर बेसिकली ये इसको फाइनेंस करने वाले हैं. यू हैव टू टेल मी द नेम ऑफ दैट बैंक which has partnered with Amul. What is it? It is option C, that is Punjab National Bank. So guys, now when I talk about this scheme, that is Prime Minister Mudra Scheme, it is once again a very important scheme that you have to cover from the exam point of view. When I talk about this scheme guys, it was launched in year 2015 by Ministry of Finance. And why exactly it was being launched? Basically to finance small business enterprises. Small business enterprises बेसिकली उनको ये प्रोवाइड करता है फाइनेंसिंग फैसिलिटी एंड द लोन्स अप टू ₹10 lakhs to the non-corporate, non-farm, small micro enterprises is being given under this particular scheme. Now guys, when I talk about the different components, so the different components under this scheme are, we have Shishu, we have Kishore and Tarun. So under the Shishu component, loans up to ₹50,000 is being given. When I talk about the Kishore, loans above 50,000 to 5 lakhs is being given, and under the Tarun category, loans above 5 lakhs to 10 lakhs is being given. Okay, so these components are once again a very important that you have to remember from the exam point of view. Moving on to the next question. Now here guys, you have to tell me the name of the person who has won the Wimbledon Championship in the women's singles category 2023. So what exactly is the name of that person which has won this? It is option B, that is M. Vondrousova. Okay, the pronunciation can be wrong guys, but the right answer here is option B. So now when I talk about in the men's category, it was Novak Djokovic of Serbia who lost in the finals, and he was defeated by Carlos Alcaraz of Spain, who has won the men's singles title. Okay, so these are the two very important things that you have to remember from the exam point of view. Now there is a question to all of you. You have to tell me that the name of the place where this Wimbledon Championship was being held. So quickly tell me the same in the comment section of this particular session. Let's move on to the next question. So guys, अगला क्वेश्चन आप सभी के सामने है regarding the Day of International Criminal Justice 2023. So here in this particular question, you have to tell me the date on which we celebrate, we observe the International Criminal Justice 2023. What is that particular date? The date is 17th of July. So let me tell you guys, the Day of International Criminal Justice marks the anniversary of the Rome Statute, which was being signed on 17th of July 1998. And guys, this particular statute basically seeks to protect people from the crimes, from the genocide and the crimes against humanity, war crimes, etc. So that is why this particular thing was being launched. Let's move on to the next question, guys. Next question is from a very important report which has been recently launched. That is the National Multidimensional Poverty Index, a progress review 2023. And you have to tell me the number of people who have moved out of multidimensional poverty between 2015-16 to 2019-2021. And you are also required to tell me about the very first dimension of the reports and indices. That is the name of the body which has released this report. So guys, what is the right answer here? The right answer here is option C, that is 13.5 crore people have moved out of the multidimensional poverty, and it is the Niti Aayog which has released this particular index. Let me tell you guys, this was the second edition of this particular index, which measures the deprivations across three equally weighted parameters, three equally weighted dimensions. What exactly these three dimensions are? These are health, education and the standard of living. Okay, so these are the three dimensions, and guys, they also include the 12 sustainable development goals aligned indicators as well, across which these states are basically being assessed. Now guys, when I talk about the largest decline in the number of poor people escaping the multidimensional poverty, it was where? It was in the Uttar Pradesh with a number of 3.43 crore people who have basically come out of the poverty. Okay. Now guys, when I talk about the states which are having the highest number of people facing multidimensional poverty, what exactly these states are? These are Bihar, Jharkhand, Meghalaya, Dadar and Nagar Haveli, Daman and Diu. So these are those states or UTs which have got the highest number of people facing the multidimensional poverty. Let's move on to the next question, guys. So next question is basically on a report which has been launched by the International Energy Agency, which is headquartered in Paris, France, and it has released the report titled IEA Oil 2023 Supply and Demand Dynamics to 2028. So guys, as per this particular part, you have to tell me basically this report has been released by IEA in collaboration with which one of the following organizations. On a very easy line, this particular question has been asked. See guys, from the reports and this is the question, can be asked across any 5 dimensions. Okay, but the most 4 important dimensions are the releasing body, about section of the report, the parameters, the indicators like I told you for the National Multidimensional Poverty Index. उसके अलावा और क्या क्या चीजें हैं जो पूछी जा सकती हैं? That is important ranking as well as the important findings. Okay. Fifth dimension is the recommendations part, but इसके ऊपर questions काफी कम रहते हैं. These dimensions are the most important dimensions whenever you are covering the reports and indices. So what is the right answer to this question? It is option D, that is Petroleum Planning and Analysis Cell, that is PPAC is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question, guys. The next question is on the World Humanitarian Drive. So here in this question, you have to identify the correct statement with regard to the World Humanitarian Drive. So quickly go through these statements and tell me what is the right answer. So first statement says that WHD has been granted special consultative status by the United Nations Development Program, which is absolutely incorrect. Okay, so what is the name of that organization? That is United Nations Economic and Social Council, which has provided the consultative status, which is granted the special consultative status to the humanitarian drive. Let's move on to the next statement. It says WHD is an international NGO with operations in the 12 countries. That is absolutely right. So option B is absolutely right. Statement C says it promotes the international health, but guys, it do not promote international health. Instead, it basically promotes peace, education, and trade. That is why statement C is also incorrect. Statement A was incorrect. Option D says it is located in Vienna, Austria, but guys, let me tell you that it was founded in the United Kingdom by the British Indian activist, that is Abdul Basit Sayyid. Abdul Basit Sayyid is the name of that person who has founded this particular World Humanitarian Drive. So guys, the statement is also incorrect. So what is the right answer? Option B is the right answer. So we've already discussed the question in the detail, guys. Let's move on to the next question. So here you have to tell me the name of the country just formally signed a treaty under which they will be joining a major Indo-Pacific bloc, which is the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for the Trans-Pacific Partnership, and it was basically signed in New Zealand. So what is the name of that country which has signed this part? It is the United Kingdom. So guys, let me also tell you that recently a declaration was also being signed by the United States and United Kingdom together. Okay, I hope this is clear to all of you. The name of that declaration was Atlantic Declaration. Let's move on to the next question, guys. So next question here is on the screen. You have to tell me the name of that organization which has won the order worth 800 crore from the Indian Army to deliver the defense vehicles. What is the name of that organization? This is a very direct question. The right answer here is Ashok Leyland, which has won the order worth 800 crore from Indian Army. Let's move on to the next question, guys. So Honorable Supreme Court, by its order, has directed that this particular amount will be transferred out of the Shahara SEBI refund account to all the beneficiaries who were the genuine investors in the Shahara cooperative society. So what is the amount here? That is what you have to tell me here, guys. So let me tell you that this particular portal has been launched, and this portal can be accessed through the Ministry of Cooperation, which has been recently launched, and this has been developed for submission of the claims by the genuine depositors of cooperative societies of the Shahara group. Okay, basically what happened? Basically people who were the genuine investors, their money got stuck, and that is why under this particular initiative, what will be happening? The people who were the genuine investors, they will be getting their money back, which was stuck due to a scam. Okay, so what exactly is that particular amount? That amount is 5,000 crore rupees. Absolutely right. Question 12, option E is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of the state जिसके पहले एक CM रह चुके हैं, that is Oman Chandi ji, and that person has passed away recently. What is the name of that state? The name of that state is Kerala. And guys, Kerala is also the state which was the first state to adopt the water budget. It was also the first state to become the fully digitally banked service state. It was also the first state to use the robotic scavengers to clean manholes. And the name of that particular robotic scavenger was Bandikut. Apart from that, guys, Kerala is also the first state to launch the state-specific ranking for the higher education institutions in the state. So guys, all these things are very, very important that you should cover from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of that former chief election commissioner जिन्होंने एक book लिखी है जिसका नाम है Through the Broken Glass. Okay, and under this part he has basically depicted his years of struggle to bring electoral reforms in India. What is the name of that person? It is T.N. Seshan is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, Nelson Mandela International Day. Here you have to tell me the date on which we celebrate, we observe this day, and this date is being celebrated on 18th of July every year. Let's move on to the next question guys. Next question is on the Export Preparedness Index 2022. And in this particular question, you have to tell me the name of the organization which releases the report and the name of that particular state which has topped the index with the overall score of 80.89. So guys, I told you the name of those dimensions across which the questions are being asked in the exam from the reports and indices, and on the similar lines, this question has been asked. So guys, please quickly tell me what is the right answer to this particular question. You have to tell me the name of that organization which releases this report. Once again guys, it was the Niti Aayog which has released this report, and the right answer here is option D, that is Niti Aayog, and Tamil Nadu was the state which has topped the index. Okay, so now guys, when I talk about this particular index, it evaluates the states across the 4 parameters. What are those 4 parameters? These are policy, business ecosystem, then we have export ecosystem, and we have export performance. Okay, now guys, when I talk about the top performing state, it was Tamil Nadu. But when I talk about the state which has topped in these particular parameters, so in the policy parameter, it was Karnataka which has topped in the category. When I talk about the business ecosystem, once again it was Karnataka. In the export ecosystem, it was Maharashtra which has topped, and in the export performance, it was Gujarat which was on the top in this particular index, that is Export Preparedness Index 2022. I hope that this is clear to all of you guys. When I talk about the state which was on the top, it was Tamil Nadu. When I talk about that particular state or UT which was in the bottom of the list, what it was Lakshadweep. Okay, Lakshadweep is the right answer. Apart from that guys, when I talk about the Tamil Nadu is the state where the largest electric vehicle hub will be set up by Ola Electric. Okay, Ola Electric is going to set up the largest EV hub in Tamil Nadu. I hope this is clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of that organization जिसने एक MOU साइन किया है with a company which is a bioscience company जिसका नाम है Absolute, और इसके अंदर what they are going to do, वो स्ट्रेंथन करने वाले हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट की फ्लैगशिप स्कीम जिसका नाम है प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना, and they will be enhancing the resilience of the farmers. You have to tell me what is the name of that particular organization जिसने ये MOU साइन किया है. So what is the name of that organization guys? It is United Nations Development Program which has signed this particular MOU. So guys, जब भी कोई ऐसी स्कीम आपको न्यूज के अंदर दिखती है, आपको सबसे पहले उसके बारे में कुछ डिटेल्स भी याद रखनी है अपार्ट फ्रॉम द करंट डेवलपमेंट. तो करंट डेवलपमेंट है कि UNDP ने ये MOU साइन किया है एब्सोल्यूट के साथ, बट व्हाट एग्जैक्टली आर द अदर इंपॉर्टेंट डिटेल्स दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, दैट इज द लॉन्च ईयर ऑफ दिस scheme, that is 2016. Now what is the nodal ministry for this particular scheme? It is the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, now guys, apart from that, what exactly was the aim of coming up with this scheme? It was to reduce the premium burden from the Indian farmers. Apart from that, it will also ensure early settlement of the crop insurance claims for fully insured sum. And guys, when I talk about this particular scheme, this is basically a centrally sponsored scheme. Okay, So all these details are very important to be covered. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the Defense Acquisition Council, which has recently granted the acceptance that they will be accepting the procurement of some number of Rafale marine aircraft, and you have to tell me that what is that number of Rafale marine aircraft that the DAC has recently granted the acceptance of necessity for the procurement, and what is that number? That is option C, that is 26. So 26 Rafale marine aircrafts will be procured as per the acceptance of necessity which has been granted by the Defense Acquisition Council. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on a program that is AI for India 2.0, and this is a free artificial intelligence training program for the youth of India. You have to tell me the name of the organization which has launched this particular program. What is the name of that organization? It is GUVI, that is Grab Your Vernacular Imprint. So it has basically launched this program along with IIT Madras, IIM Ahmedabad. So guys, when I talk about IIT Madras, it has recently announced that it is going to set up its first foreign campus in which country? In Tanzania. Apart from that, guys, when I talk about the Reserve Bank of India, so RBI Governor, he became the Central Banker of the Year. He was awarded this particular award. When I talk about the Central Bank of the Year award, it was being given to the Central Bank of Ukraine. Okay, so these are some other important additional things that you should remember from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question, guys. The next question is on the Nla Passport Index. You have to tell me what was India's rank in this particular index. So guys, let me tell you that India's rank has improved this year and it is 80th. So India was on the 80th position. Can you tell me the name of the country which was on the top? The name of the country which was on the top is Singapore. And guys, Singapore has topped this particular part. Let me tell you that earlier it was Japan which was on the top position for consecutive 5 years. But now this year it was on the third position. Okay. So it was on the third position. When I talk about the countries which are on the second position, it includes Germany, Italy and Spain. So these are the three countries which are on the second position. Singapore was on the first position. Let's move on to the next question, guys. So next question is on the Nomadic Elephant exercise. You have to tell me the name of the country with which India conducts this particular exercise, that is Nomadic Elephant exercise. So guys, what is the right answer to this question? The right answer to this question is option E, that is Mongolia. So Mongolia is the right answer to this particular question. Absolutely right, it is the right answer. Now guys, can you tell me the name of the country with which India conducts the exercises Dharma Guardian, Veer Guardian and the Shinyu Maitri? What is the name of that country with which India basically conducts these exercises? It is Japan. Now guys, when I talk about the exercise Prasthan, which was being conducted by the Indian Army, it was held in Mumbai. When I talk about the other exercises like Varuna, Garuda, then we have Fringe exercise. The name of the country with which these exercises are being conducted, these are France. Okay, so now guys, apart from that, one of the largest air defense exercise was being conducted by one of the group, and the name of that group is NATO. And guys, when I talk about the name of that exercise, the exercise was Air Defender. So Air Defender exercise was being conducted by NATO, and guys, this exercise was being led and hosted by Germany. So we have now discussed so many exercises. Let's move on to the next question. So guys, Government of India has recently implemented some key provisions of the Competition Amendment Act 2023, and in this question you have to identify the correct statements with regard to the amendment to the Competition Act 2023. So पहली statement से start करते हैं. It states it with power of appointment of Director General in the Competition Commission of India, which is absolutely right. Statement 2 says that it has changed the composition of the search cum selection committees. Basically जो search cum selection committees के अंदर है, उसका जो composition है उसको यहाँ पर change किया है for the appointment of the Director General. Once again, this statement is absolutely right. Third statement says the search cum selection committee will now be headed by the chairperson of the Competition Commission of India. So guys, can you tell me who is the chairperson of Competition Commission of India? It is Ravneet Kaur. She was recently appointed as the chairperson of Competition Commission of India. Now guys, this statement is absolutely right. Option D states the DG would be appointed by the CCI out of the panel recommended by the Search cum Selection Committee after obtaining prior approval of the central government. And this statement is also right. So what is the right answer? The right answer is option E. That is all of the above. That is option E is the right answer. Moving on to the next question, guys. This is on the ODOP program. which is initiative under DPIIT under the Ministry of Commerce. You have to tell me the name of the state which has launched its first collaboration with the ODOP in New Delhi. And what is the reason behind that? The reason behind that is to promote the indigenous crafts and the artisans of the state. So what is the name of that state? The name of that state is option D, that is Gujarat. Okay, so Gujarat is the right answer to this particular question. Absolutely right. Let's move on to the next question. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of the country with which India has signed a MOU on the semiconductor supply chain partnership. So what is the name of that country with which India has signed this MOU on semiconductor supply chain partnership? The name of that country is Japan. Now guys, when I talk about Australia, as I told you about the civilian honor which has been given by France to the Indian Prime Minister, given by Suriname to the Indian President. Now when I talk about Australia, it has also given its highest civilian honor to Ratan Tata ji for boosting the relation between India and Australia. Similarly guys, there is another person which is related to the Tata group only, and the name of the person is N. Chandrasekharan. N. Chandrasekharan is the name of the person who has been awarded with the civilian honor by, once again, France. Okay, so these are the another important questions regarding the honors. Let's move on to the next question. So agla question hai guys, for on a very recently launched scheme, that is the credit guarantee scheme for livestock sector, which has been recently launched for rebooting the rural economy. And how this will be done? By leveraging the micro, small and medium enterprises. And guys, for this particular part, it has recently announced the establishment of a credit guarantee fund trust. You have to tell me that what exactly is the amount for this particular trust, which is going to provide guarantee coverage up to some kind of percentage of the credit facilities. So what exactly that particular percentage is, what is that amount? These are the two dimensions across which this question has been asked. So guys, what is the right answer here? The right answer here is 750 crores, जिसका वो credit guaranteed fund trust होगा, and कितनी वो basically guarantee coverage provide करेगा? That is 25%. Okay, this is the right answer. Moving on to the next question guys, you have to tell me the name of the ministry जिसने की recently Indian Navy के साथ MOU sign किया है, under which they will be reviving the ancient stitched shipbuilding method, that is the Tankai method. So guys, question Tankai method के ऊपर भी आ सकता है, question ये आ सकता है कि कौन सी armed forces के साथ ये MOU sign किया गया है, and one of the question can be asked on the similar lines on which this question has been framed, that is the name of the ministry. So what is the name of that ministry? The ministry is Ministry of Culture. So Ministry of the Culture is the right answer. But अपने अगले question की तरफ. So here guys, you have to tell me the name of the country which has become the first Arab country to be granted the observer status. तो ये जो observer status है, ये कौन सी organization ने दिया है? That has been given by Asia Pacific Group on Money Laundering. So guys, this is the largest financial action task force style regional body in the world. What is the name of that particular country which became the first Arab country to get this observer status? It is United Arab Emirates. And guys, it is the same country which is going to host COP28 this year, and this is also the same country which is going to host the Machine Can See Summit. So we have already covered these two important things in the previous sessions as well. So it is the COP28 which will be taking place in UAE, and the Machine Can See Summit will also be hosted by the UAE only. Let's move on to the next question guys. So SEBI has expanded the scope of ESG investing. What is this ESG? It is environmental social governance, and how it has expanded the scope by allowing new strategies for the mutual fund. And you have to identify that which one of the following is not that strategy which has been recently launched by the SEBI and which does not belong to the group of these strategies. So here the options are exclusion, integration, best in class and positive screening, impact investing and the inclusion. So what is the right answer? Let me tell you that exclusion, integration, best in class and positive screening and impact investing, all of them are the part of these strategies. The one which is not the part is the inclusion. So option E is the right answer to this question. Okay. So here you can see the 6 strategies which are a part under which the new these mutual funds, new strategies for mutual funds can be launched. Okay, and these are being mentioned here. Let's move on to the next question. So guys, recently India has voluntarily granted some amount so that we can promote the Hindi language in the United Nations. Can you tell me the amount which has been granted by India, which has been contributed by India? What is that amount? That amount is option A, that is USD 1 million. So now guys, when I talk about the World Hindi Day, World Hindi Day is being celebrated on which date? It is celebrated on 10th of January. Okay, that is the right answer. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन गाइस, टेल मी द नेम ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिसने रिसेंटली एमओयू साइन किया है विद अवादा ग्रुप टू फंड इट्स एनर्जी ट्रांजिशन प्रोजेक्ट। तो ये जो एमओयू है, इट इज बेसिकली वर्थ 20,000 crores. What is the name of that organization which has signed this MOU? The name of that organization is Rural Electrification Corporation, which has signed this MOU with Avada Group. Let's move on to the next question. You have to tell me the name of the person who has become the MD and CEO. And guess what is the right answer? The MD and CEO of Invest India. Okay, so Invest India, it is a very, very important organization. What is the name of that person who has become the MD and CEO? It is option D, that is Nivruti Rai. Okay, so Nivruti Rai is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So here you have to tell me the name of the Indian Grandmaster who has become the champion at Super GM chess tournament which held in Hungary. What is the name of that person? That is R Pragnanda. So R Pragnanda ने यहाँ पर इसको जीता है. Okay, that is the right answer. Moving on to the next question. The question is on the G20 Global Food Regulator Summit. So you have to tell me इसमें से वो कौन सी statements है जो कि correctly matched है. The very first statement says that Foodocopia, it is a comprehensive database of the food regulatory authorities from 7 countries, which is absolutely incorrect. Second statement says that Sangraha, it is a comprehensive collection of food category wise monographs. Guys, let me tell you that as per the G20 Global Food Regulator Summit, this Foodocopia is basically the collection of the food category wise monographs, and that is why statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is also incorrect. So when I talk about the Sangraha is basically a comprehensive database of the food regulatory authorities, and that too from 76 countries and not the 7 countries. So guys, it is how that we can make these statements correct. Now guys, when I talk about the third statement, it says the common digital dashboard, it is a unified IT portal which provides comprehensive information on the standards, regulation, notifications, etc. in India. And guys, that is absolutely right. So the right answer here is option D, that is statement 3 only. So from here you can see guys, Foodocopia is an initiative of FSSAI, that is Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. आप देख सकते हो कि it is a comprehensive collection of food category wise monographs. When I talk about Sangraha, which stands for Safe Food for Nations, Global Food Regulatory Authorities Handbook, it is a comprehensive database of the food regulatory authorities from 76 countries. Okay, and there is a common digital dashboard that we have already discussed in this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. So guys, the Minister of Labour and Employment, उन्होंने recently extend किया है अपनी scheme को under the ESIC Corporation. And what is the tenure? The tenure has been extended for a period of 2 years up to the June 30, 2024. What is the name of that particular scheme that we are talking about? The name of that scheme is Atal Bimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana. And guys, let me tell you that this scheme was launched in 2018 on a pilot basis initially for a period of 2 years. And guys, it is the Ministry of Labour and Employment which is the nodal ministry of this particular scheme. So, इसकी nodal ministry क्या है? That is the Ministry of Labour and Employment. And what is the launch year? It was launched in 2018. Okay. Now guys, the tenure is up to the June 2024. जब हम बात करते हैं implementing agency की, that is Employee State Insurance Corporation is the name of the implementing agency for this particular scheme. Why exactly this was being launched? See guys, we always see that always in the employment things, the change takes place. Sometimes the technology changes, sometimes the demand of the skill set changes. So guys, the people who have lost their jobs due to whatsoever reasons, due to the changing employment pattern in the industry, all such kind of people are being supported under the scheme that is Atal Bimit Vyakti Kalyan Yojana, and that is what is the reason that why this particular scheme has been launched. Let's move on to the next question. Tell me the name of the state which has got the country's first construction innovation hub. तो इंडिया का सबसे पहला कंस्ट्रक्शन इनोवेशन हब कौन सी स्टेट के अंदर लॉन्च हुआ है? दैट इज केरला. So we have already covered Kerala lot many times. Now guys, can you tell me the name of the state where the Jhar Niyojan portal has been launched? So the Jhar Niyojan portal was being launched by Jharkhand. Okay, Jharkhand के अंदर इसको लॉन्च किया गया था. Can you tell me the name of the state where the Tungnath temple has been located? It is located in the Indian state of Uttarakhand. When I talk about the Punjab guys, Punjab became the state which has launched right to walk. And Punjab University is the university which has basically won the Khelo India University Games which were hosted by Uttar Pradesh. When I talk about the Khelo India Youth Games, they were being hosted by Madhya Pradesh. Okay. सो दैट इज द राइट आंसर गाइस। जब हम बात करते हैं मध्य प्रदेश की, तो मध्य प्रदेश को जीआई टैग मिला था। किसके लिए जीआई टैग मिला था मध्य प्रदेश को? फॉर द शरबती वीट एंड गोंद पेंटिंग। So we have covered n number of news articles here. Let's move on to the next question. Here once again you have to tell me the name of the state which became the India's first state to guarantee social security to the gig workers. So guys, gig workers को social security provide करने की guarantee इस state ने दी है. The name of that particular state is Rajasthan. Okay, so Rajasthan is the name of that state. Now you must be seeing that what exactly is these gig workers are. So guys, these gig workers are those workers which works temporarily. ठीक है, टेम्परेरी जॉब पे वो काम करते हैं, टिपिकली द सर्विस सेक्टर, एंड दे आर द इंडिपेंडेंट कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स और द फ्रीलांसर्स। तो उनके अपने वर्किंग आवर्स हो सकते हैं। दे बेसिकली आर द बॉसेस ऑफ देयर ओन टाइम। अपने अकॉर्डिंग वो काम करते हैं, अपने अकॉर्डिंग वो अपने वर्किंग आवर्स को सेट करते हैं। सो दीज आर सच काइंड ऑफ पीपल हु बेसिकली वर्क टेम्परेरीली, एंड दैट इज द जिग वर्कर्स। ओके, लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन। तो अगला क्वेश्चन आप सभी के सामने है। टेल मी द नेम ऑफ द कंपनी जिसने ज्वाइन किया है एक्सआर स्टार्टअप प्रोग्राम को। एक्सआर स्टार्टअप प्रोग्राम की जब हम बात करते हैं, इट इज एन इनिशिएटिव बिटवीन मेटा एंड द मीटी स्टार्टअप हब। And why exactly it has been launched? It has been launched to discover, nurture and accelerate extended reality technology startups in India. The name of the particular company organization is HCL Tech. Moving on to the next question. The next question is on the Cannabis Research Project. ठीक है जी, तो Cannabis Research Project CSIR, और you have to tell me the name of the organization जिनके बीच में पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप के अंदर ये हुआ है with a Canadian firm. So guys, what is the name of that organization? The name of that organization is Indian Institute of Integrated Medicine, CSIR, IIM, Jammu. Okay, that is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So guys, India and Bangladesh, उन्होंने recently contract sign किया है under which they will be installing the computer-based interlocking signaling system for the rail line at Rail Bhavan, Dhaka. So guys, when I talk about this system will be launched for the Dhaka Tongi Joywadpur rail line. तो आपको ये बताना है कि बांग्लादेश रेलवे ने इसके लिए कौन सी मुंबई की वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसको यहाँ पर अपॉइंट किया है। ठीक है, फॉर डेवलपिंग ऑफ दिस सिग्नलिंग सिस्टम। व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन? दैट नेम ऑफ दैट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इज केईसी इंटरनेशनल लिमिटेड। सो जब हम बात करते हैं एलएनटी की, दैट इज लार्सन एंड टर्ब्रो, it became that organization which has basically constructed India's first 3D printed post office. Can you tell me the name of the place where it is? The name of that particular post office is Halsuru Post Office. It is in the Indian state of Karnataka. Okay, that is the right answer. Moving on to the next question guys. So Athur bitter leaves, अभी हमने बात की थी GI टैग की, तो Athur bitter leaves जो है उसको GI टैग मिला है। कौन सी स्टेट से मिला है, कौन सी स्टेट है वो? दैट इज द तमिलनाडु। तमिलनाडु इज द राइट आंसर। ओके, सो तमिलनाडु इज द नेम ऑफ दैट स्टेट व्हिच हैज रिसेंटली गॉट द जीआई टैग फॉर अतुर बिटर लीफ। नाउ गाइस, रिसेंटली वुड कार्विंग के लिए जीआई टैग मिला था, एंड लद्दाख वाज द प्लेस व्हिच गॉट द जीआई टैग फॉर द वुड कार्विंग। ओके, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द तेलंगाना, तेलंगाना बिकेम द फर्स्ट स्टेट इन इंडिया टू लॉन्च द कूल रूफ पॉलिसी। कूल रूफ पॉलिसी को लॉन्च किया इन्होंने, so that is the right answer. महाराष्ट्र guys, अगर हम बात करते हैं महाराष्ट्र की, महाराष्ट्र is the name of that particular state which has become that state where the largest Divyang Park foundation stone has been laid, and Maharashtra is also the state which has recently announced to give 4% reservation to the Divyang people for the promotions. Okay, so these are the important things that you should remember from the exam point of view. But हम अपने अगले क्वेश्चन की तरफ। Here you have to tell me the name of that organization जिसने recently successfully test fire किया है Raman 2 engine को at the ISRO facility Tamil Nadu. What is the name of that organization? That is Skyroot Aerospace Private Limited. Let's move on to the next question. So Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty, they have won the men's doubles title at Korea Open 2023. उन्होंने कौन सी कंट्री के और टीम को हराया था? The question is on these lines. That particular team includes Fajr Alfia and Mohammad Rian Ardianto. So guys, what is the name of that country? The name of that country is Indonesia. They are basically from the Indonesia. Moving on to the next question guys. I believe that you guys really love mango. So the question is on the National Mango Day. National Mango Day कौन सी डेट को सेलिब्रेट किया जाता है? It is a very हलवा question for all of you. That is 22nd July. So 22nd July is the date on which we celebrate National Mango Day. Next question. So Ministry of Finance ने recently accept किया है Central Board of Trustees का एक recommendation, under which they are setting the annual interest rate on the Employees Provident Fund, and you have to tell me that what is that particular rate for the fiscal year 2023. Basically, they have slightly increased the rate from the previous year. What is that rate? That rate is 8.15%. So guys, these are very direct questions, that is I'm not discussing them in a detailed manner. Moving on to the next question. So इंडिया का पहला फिशरीज अटल इंक्यूबेशन सेंटर कौन सी स्टेट के अंदर इसको लॉन्च किया गया है? द क्वेश्चन इज ऑन दीज लाइन्स. व्हाट इज द नेम ऑफ दैट स्टेट? दैट इज वंस अगेन केरला. So guys, you can see here Kerala is there for a really for so many reasons, and we have already discussed other important initiatives as well, where the Kerala became the first state to launch this particular kind of initiatives. Like I told you about, it became the first state to use the robotic scavengers to clean manholes. The name of that scavenger was Bandicoot. Let's move on to the next question. The government of India decided to make one of these organizations as a nodal facilitation agency to front end on the telecommunication IPR and the patent. What is the name of that organization? That is CDOT. Okay, that is Center for Development of Telematics is the right answer. Next question, guys. So International Monetary Fund, it has recently launched the World Economic Outlook Update in July 2023, and you have to tell me what is India's GDP growth forecast for the year 2023. See guys, let me tell you, the people who are preparing for the RBI Grade B officer phase 2 exam, guys, this report is really very, very important for you. If you have not covered this report, kindly go and cover this report in a detailed manner. When I talk about this particular report, guys, I will be telling you the important growth projections for the both global as well as the India specific growth projections. So when I talk about this particular part, so India की GDP की growth rate की बात करते हैं, तो basically it has been forecasted at 6.1% for the year 2023. जब हम बात करते हैं ग्लोबल ग्रोथ प्रोजेक्शंस की फॉर द 2022-2023, इट इज बीन सेट अप एट 3.5%. 2023-24 के लिए है 3%, 24-25 के लिए है 3%. ठीक है. जब हम बात करते हैं इंडिया ग्रोथ प्रोजेक्शंस की, तो 2022-2023 के लिए इट वाज 7.2%, 23-24 के लिए इट वाज 6.1%, 24-25 के लिए इट वाज 6.3%. लेट मी टेल यू गाइस, दिस पर्टिकुलर डेटा इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. And this data is also very, very important from the exam point of view for your RBI Grade B officer phase 2 exam. I hope this is clear to all of you guys. Let's move on to the next question. So here you have to tell me the name of the organization, which is a Navratna Defense PSU, और उसने recently announced किया है that उसने एक MOU sign किया है with the Gabriel Power and Core Over Private Limited. And under this MOU, what it will be doing? It will be just finding out the opportunities. It will be leveraging the opportunities across the power and energy sector. So what is the name of that organization? That is Bharat Electronics Limited. That is option B is the right answer. Next question, guys. So tell me the name of that bank which leads the public sector banks in lending with rupees 1,87,813 crore to the state public sector units. So what is the name of that bank? The name of that bank is Canara Bank. Can you tell me where is the headquarter of Canara Bank? The headquarter of the Canara Bank is in Bangalore. Okay, that is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question, guys. The last question of the today's session. You have to tell me the name of that organization जिसने जीता है IDEX Prime Space Grant to develop miniaturized multi-payload satellite for the Indian Air Force. Okay. So, guys, please tell me what is the right answer. What is the name of that organization which has won this IDEX Prime Space Grant? It is option B. That is Pixel is the right answer. Now, guys, आप सभी के सामने एक सबसे important question है. We have already covered this particular part as well in the previous sessions. You have to tell me about the mission TeleOS. TeleOS mission के अंदर इसरो ने 2 सैटेलाइट्स को लॉन्च किया था. You have to tell me the name of the country. Please tell me the name of the country, guys, to which these particular 2 satellites belongs to. ये सैटेलाइट्स कौन सी कंट्री की थी, ये आपको बताना है मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन के अंदर. Do not forget to tell me the right answer to this question in the chat box in the comment section, because this is the homework question for all of you. Okay. Now, guys, this was the homework question for all of you. Now, if you have really liked this session, guys, you can definitely tell me about that in the comment section. And if you are having any kind of queries, you can always tell me in the comment section as well. And you can also share them at hello@edutap.co.in. And guys, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. You can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of this session. अगर आज के सेशन का भी आपको PDF चाहिए तो आप हमारे Telegram चैनल से डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. Okay, so guys, that was all from the today's session. And do not forget to tell me what your score was out of 50 in this particular session. Okay, so guys, I believe that today's session was very much useful and fruitful to all of you. We'll be meeting you in the next session. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Wish you all happy learning.